beauty. Burke wants a goal. So does the Saints. Here's a chance now for the Saints.
Well, good day, Saints fans, and welcome to another edition of Saints TV. Well, another disappointing performance really at the end of the day against Adelaide, but I think Saints fans can be heartened by at least we had a four-quarter effort, and at the end of the day the Adelaide Crows did get out to about a 45-point lead, and we managed to cut it back to 18 points, so I think that is one of the positives of the night. Also, Fraser Gehrig kicking 4 goals. We'll be catching up with him later in the show. That was obviously a great effort. And disappointing, Robert Harvey also hitting his shoulder. So a couple of things that happened during the game, but there were some good highlights. Let's have a look at them.
On its way. Goes to the goal square. Up goes Wolf, got plenty of it. Couldn't quite bring it down. Gehrig tries to make something at ground level and does. Goal to Fraser Gehrig, his third. To the defensive goal square and Peckett just chips it out and finds Cripps at defensive 40. Some run now from half-back. Peckett runs the line. Handball again missed its target. Put Black under unnecessary pressure. He's got Hayes running past. Lenny Hayes just glides through the middle of Amy Stadium. Kicks it inside 50. It's a one-out contest between Moyle and Edwards. Moyle did well. Swings onto his left boot. Attacks the goal. And Milne goes back and takes the mark. Metres out. So Stephen Milne, goalless tonight, has 33 goals, 6 for the season. He runs around, plays on, and converts for a goal.
And Thompson sending it almost back into the corridor for Aussie Jones, who's had a good night. He's had better than a good night. Had a ton of the leather, that is for sure. In fact, he's had 25 possessions. Now inside the 50. That was Moyle over the back. Here's Del Santo and scores a late and belated goal.
There's Bassett and Hamill still cuddling in the goal square. Schwartz, right on the 50. Kicks at goal. It's got the accuracy. It's also got the distance. The Saints have got another one.
Well, we thought we might have a look and see how Springvale are going. They are the affiliated side with St Kilda, and when our players aren't the senior team, that's where they do play. Well, they took on the Tassie Devils down in Hobart this week. Went down by about 20 points, but it was good to see Ben Schwartz, who is Troy Schwartz's brother, playing well, and also Craig Callahan, who's trying to get back in the senior side. So they're just outside the 8, and they're hoping to get there under Coach Bomber Sheldon by the end of the season. Well, joining me now on Saints TV for his first interview in about 6 years is media shy Fraser Gehrig. Fraser, how are things going?
Yeah, good, mate. A little bit down, obviously, after the weekend, but certainly looking forward to getting back to playing Carlton this week and hopefully getting a couple of wins up.
Now, last year you finished second in the best and fairest, and it's been pretty much an injury-interrupted season for you this year. How are the legs and the groin area going, if I can ask that?
Yeah, it has been injury-interrupted. It's been a battle for the club on and off the field a little bit this year, especially with some of our key players being injured, but strung a couple of games together again now, and the body's been struggling a little bit, but it's starting to feel a little bit better each week, and hopefully the club and myself can finish the year off really well.
And against Adelaide on the weekend, 4 goals in the forward line. How do you enjoy playing the forward line? Would you prefer that more than the back line, or are you just happy to be wherever the coach puts you?
Yeah, obviously. Well, I haven't been given much of an opportunity to play in the forward line with St Kilda, but that's where I played me footy at West Coast, so it's good to get back up there. Unfortunately, missed a couple of crucial goals that really hurt us in the end, but yeah, the kick forward was nice, but I'm happy to play anywhere. I enjoy my time down the back line as well.
You kicked the hard ones and maybe missed a bit of the easier ones. Maybe out in the track this week having a few shots? Yeah,
well, I haven't had too many shots at goal for quite a number of years, but I did miss a couple of easy goals, and especially the one in the third quarter really hurt us, so need some work.
Now, I don't know if you can catch that off the screen, but we've got Aaron Hamill, who's actually just lost a bit more hair on the weekend, but never mind, media shy as well. Now, mate, in your early days, very good tennis player. Are you getting a game now and then, or are you a bit hard to find the time?
Well, there is a couple of good players at the club apparently, but I haven't had a hit against any of them, and here you're pretty handy as well, Tomo.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at pumping myself up. Now, Melbourne, you've been back in Melbourne for a couple of years now, enjoy it?
Yeah, I love the place. I still enjoy Perth as a place as well. The weather and stuff like that, you miss out a little bit over here, but the good thing with Melbourne is there's always something to do, and it's a very active city.
Very good. Well, Fraser, thanks for joining us, and good luck with the rest of the year and also with your injuries. Thanks mate. Indigenous Sports Person of the Year. So 2 awards in 1 week. It was a beautiful goal coming out of the pack, and it was a left foot sort of banana snap goal. Well worth having a look at. Here it is.
Black to Jones, who's just lifting in this third term. Aussie Jones spears it inside 50. Everett stands up, juggles it, got hands, couldn't take the mark. Clarke at ground level, goes with a banana kick. Xavier Clarke and bounces through a brilliant goal. Class.
Well, we thought we'd also try another new segment for this week and run it for the next 7 weeks until the end of the year, and that is Where Are They Now? And being in Adelaide on the weekend, I managed to catch up with Daniel Healy and the Gowans brothers. Now, they're all playing at Centrals in Adelaide. Daniel Healy's actually the captain of the club, and they've won the last 2 premierships, and they look like they're on line for another flag this year after knocking off second place side Sturt by about 60 points. They're all playing very well, and they're enjoying their time over in Adelaide, along with a number of ex-St Kilda players who are over there, and we'll be trying to catch up with a few more players in similar positions over the next few weeks. Well, we got one of the big scoops on Saints TV for you this week, and that is we managed to catch up with St Kilda President Rod Butterss. He just came down to have a look at training, so I managed to quickly jump in there and ask him a couple of questions about what it's like to be the president of the St Kilda Football Club. Here he is. Well, very, very lucky to be joined by the St Kilda president for the first time on Saints TV. Mate, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Thomas. Great to be here. A bit of a surprise because I just turned up to watch training and you roped me in.
Yes, well, I saw you sitting here in your leather jacket and I thought, you've just been in Italy. Did you get that whilst you're over there?
No, I actually didn't. I bought this from the South Melbourne market.
Oh, very good. Now, mate, the trip, how was it?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, just a great place, great history, lot to see, a different culture, a different lifestyle. And to be over there when the World Cup was on, albeit in Asia, but to see the people's reaction to that game was just remarkable.
The Italians would have been pretty pumped when they lost that one.
Yeah, they're actually very morbid. They were. I heard about the riots here in Melbourne and I couldn't quite believe it because the Italians were moping around pretty downhearted and low-key about it all. But, it was just a great experience, the whole thing.
Speaking of the kids, there's been a couple who just showed a tremendous amount of form on the track. Your thoughts on them, Nick Riewoldt, Xavier Clarke and also Nick Del Santo?
Yeah, look, I think they've all proven this year that they can be very effective at the level. They're very comfortable at the level, and the interesting thing is that they'll only get better, particularly with guys like yourself and Spider and Rob Harvey and Nathan and Stewie and Aaron supporting these guys, as young, and teaching these guys the way of AFL footy and what's required. So, I think there's no doubt that we've got a terrific crop of young men, and I think interestingly enough, and the important thing to us, and I'm sure to you, Tomo, is that we've got terrific young men with character, and we can build a club on that.
Absolutely. Now, you've been in the role as president for a couple of years now. What would you say has been the hardest thing, and what's been the most enjoyable?
I think the most difficult thing is the scrutiny that the media provide, or the scrutiny that's there into your private life and into your, just into the way we go about doing things. And when you come to understand that there's 650 odd accredited media to the AFL and 640 players, it sort of tells you something about the level of scrutiny. I think the most enjoyable is working with a bunch of guys in the boardroom, in the administration and the playing group that are all focused on the same outcome. And whilst it's a massive challenge and a huge task for all of us, in the back of all of our minds, the day we arrive there and we bring home the silverware, we'll certainly say it's been a worthwhile challenge and something we all think we can actually achieve. And I know we can achieve it, and I know we will achieve it. It's a case of whether it's next year or the year after.
Absolutely, and I think that kind of enthusiasm is really filtering down to the players. Well, St Kilda president on Saints TV. We didn't think it was going to happen, but thanks, mate, for joining us.
Pleasure indeed. Great to be here.
Well, it's at that time of the season where we have played everyone once, and in round 1 we played against Carlton. We will be playing them obviously again this weekend at Colonial Stadium, and we had a 4-goal win. Lance Whitnell is going to be out this week, unfortunately for them, but we will more than likely be without Robert Harvey. But it was a good start to the season for us, so let's go back and have a look at some of the highlights from that game.
Looking for the Saints' first goal of 2002. From 45 metres out, Milne leans back, bends it back and kicks a goal. Black has been very handy for the Saints. Speak of the devil, Black. Magnificent play, takes him on, backs himself in. Milne, got it. Well, Heath Black has been fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic so far, Kevin. That was an intelligent kick.
He can run and jump. It's an exciting prospect. Goal number 2 coming up straight through the centre. Saints alive at Colonial Stadium.
Allen against Noble. Noble with a jump at it, but Allen read it the best. Follows it up the second time, cutting it off Burt. He wants some help. He gets it in low for the quick goal in this last quarter. Shuey Low from 50. Rides it home, it's there. What a start.
Run. Saints alive at Colonial. Sets it up. Finds Black, a thumping kick. Stands and delivers and kicks a goal.
The signs are there, Kevin. We said about the 20-minute mark St Kilda of the third quarter. St Kilda had to stand up. They have stand up. We've got the momentum going now, and you would seem to think that if this continues, St Kilda will win the game.
Ricochets back in the arms of Bradley. Just belts the ball back. Here's a chance. Thompson inside 50, 45, closes to 40 and hammers it home. Saints by 24 points. They can raffle it. Bingo. Lucky number 8, Max Hudson, runs to 50. Can he kick a goal? Hammers it home. This has been a fantastic last quarter by St Kilda.
Well, it's time now for Saints Scoreboard, and as usual, there are a couple of TV for this week. Let's hope we can have a similar highlights package as to the one we just shown you from round 1 against Carlton at Colonial Stadium. We're really looking forward to this game, and I reckon we're not too far away from a great win. So until next week, I'll see you on Saints TV. See ya.
They're advancing on 4.